When I talked about the images, the news basically that was brought out along with the first look images of Masters of the Universe Revelation, along with the announcement of when it was going to come out, which is July 23rd. I also kind of briefly brought something up at the end that I'm sure a lot of people are curious about, and that is, will we see She-Ra? Now, I know some people will point out that that's not going to be possible, seeing as though DreamWorks already did She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. And that is indeed true. Netflix did do that series along with DreamWorks, but you got to remember, that was pretty much a different take on She-Ra. That was like the DreamWorks version of She-Ra, an alternate universe, if you will. What I'm talking about here is the Filmation She-Ra. And since this Masters of the Universe Revelation is a continuation of the 1983 to 85 Filmation He-Man series, it really makes you wonder and curious of whether or not that might be the case. And honestly, I possibly could see it. I possibly could see it happening. I mean, if you have She-Ra, the Filmation She-Ra, show up in Masters of the Universe Revelation, either at the end of the first season or somewhere in between the first, second season, or however long the series goes, even if it just goes like maybe 2-3 seasons, and you end it towards the end, and that's when we see She-Ra, I honestly think it's possible. Because by doing so, you're establishing pretty much the difference between the DreamWorks She-Ra and this She-Ra. You're pretty much saying that this She-Ra is the She-Ra, well, the DreamWorks was an alternate version. You're pretty much, on the same streaming service, you're pretty much establishing the fact that there are two different versions of She-Ra, and that just like any franchise out there, there are multiple universes with different interpretations. So in my honest opinion, I truly believe we could see She-Ra show up in Masters of the Universe Revelation. When and how that would happen is up to whatever they got planned. Like I said, it could happen at the end of the first season. It could happen in the second season. It could happen at the end of the series. Who knows? But I have a feeling I have a strong feeling, I should say, that I have no doubt in my opinion, that it's going to happen. I think She-Ra will show up. I think it's possible. I mean, if you're going to talk about the Masters of the Universe, you can't, and you're going to continue it and everything from the original Filmation series. You can't do it without talking about the Horde, and the Horde basically is connected and was introduced strongly in She-Ra. So you can't continue something like Masters of the Universe in Revelation and have the Horde be introduced or reintroduced in that without bringing She-Ra to the party. So in my opinion, I think we will probably get She-Ra. I think what they're going to do though is they're going to wait until either the end of the first season, or they're going to wait till the second season, the middle or the end of that, or they might even wait to the end of the series towards the end of the series to bring her in, and thus, bring it all full circle, and finally give the fans a proper send-off, if you will, in conclusion to the overall Masters of the Universe original Filmation run from the early to mid 1980s. Now, I could be wrong, and she may not show up at all, but I think it's possible. I think it really is. I think this is, like I said, this is an opportunity to finally establish that there are two different kinds of She-Ra, and that even in a world like Masters of the Universe, there are multiple universes, dimensions that are similar but different to each other. Like there are two different kinds of Etheria, there are two different Eternias. I think honestly, by doing that, by going this route, you're pretty much establishing that, hey, they acknowledge pretty much that there is another She-Ra, and that She-Ra is its own thing. It's its own, alternate dimension kind of deal. Kind of like with Ninja Turtles. We've seen episodes or a series, I should say, that connect all to each other, to all the different incarnations of turtles. But they always establish that all these different incarnations of turtles are from different dimensions. So honestly, I think by bringing She-Ra into Masters of the Universe Revelation, whenever that might be, if they do that, will pretty much establish that there are different versions of She-Ra out there, and that the DreamWorks version is just an alternate universe She-Ra. Just like you could say the 2002, I believe, He-Man series, Masters of the Universe series, is a different universe as well. Like I said, a different, two different kinds of Eternia, two different, versions of Etheria, you name it. By going that route, by bringing in She-Ra possibly, you establish that, and guess what? It creates more lore and intrigue for fans to want to find out more, to want to see what kind of connection they have, and maybe even want to see perhaps a crossover between the different versions of She-Ra and maybe even the different versions of He-Man. There's all those possibilities. So to me, to answer that question is, will we see She-Ra appear in Masters of the Universe Revelation? I have to say, yeah. I think there is a strong possibility she will show up. The only question is where and when, is, kind of up in the air. Will it be at the end of the first season? Will it be throughout the second season, or towards the end of it, or even at the end of or towards the end of the series? Who knows? But again, you can't, do a continuation of the Filmation series without acknowledging the existence of the Horde, which was established in She-Ra, the Princess of Power, the original Filmation series. You can't do that without making that connection, if you will. And by making that connection, you probably have no other option but to bring her in, along with her allies and friends from that world. But what do you guys think? Do you think the Filmation She-Ra will show up in this continuation of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, which is Revelation? Or do you think it'll just be based around, He-Man, Teela, Man-at-Arms, and all them? Let me know down below. Comment if you like. I do apologize if I seem to be distracted a little bit. I'm trying to do this before my mom comes home, so I can upload 4 videos uninterrupted, if you will. But yeah, let me know what you guys' thoughts are, though. Do you think She-Ra will appear? And that's all. That's all I'm gonna say, guys. So till next time, God bless. Take care. But again, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think it's possible? Do you think we'll get it? Do you think by doing so we could establish that there are different alternate dimensions with different versions of He-Man and She-Ra? Let me know down below. Comment if you like, and I will talk to y'all later. God bless. Take care, and have a good weekend. Peace.